This is a special challenge tag team event. Introducing the team here on the floor of the Sam Houston Coliseum, led by their manager from Port Arthur, Texas, Paul Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome two-thirds of the world six-man tag team champions, the Warlord, the Barbarian, the Powers of Pain. Their opponents in the ring, led by their manager, Paul Ellering, at a combined weight of 585 pounds, from Chicago, the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors. This event, one fall with a 30-minute time limit.
So there you have the introduction here at the Sam Houston Coliseum, and this is one of the tag team battles that this great crowd came to the Coliseum, came to see, Paul. And when you have the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, seeking revenge up against the Powers of Pain, four big, tremendous, powerful athletes.
Well, I think in the 55 years I've been in wrestling, I have never seen four more impressive and even scary individuals than these four who are in this ring at this time. I've never seen men with that much power and that much body to use the power. And I want to tell you that this in itself shows one of the things that makes NWA wrestling tough, that they've got people of this caliber.
Barbarian trying to set the Animal up, and Animal is seeking revenge. It'll take you back a few months, back to Greensboro, North Carolina, where the Powers of Pain had that weightlifting contest against the Road Warriors to see just indeed who was the strongest tag team in professional wrestling. And during the contest, if you remember seeing the tape of the action, the Powers of Pain attacked the Road Warriors, and they put Animal out of wrestling for several weeks. Oh, he almost lost his eyesight in his left eye. Right now, the Powers of Pain missed, but Animal didn't. Double clothesline, and he's one of the few men who can do that and knock down those big individuals, those Powers of Pain.
Well, if you look at the size of his arms, it's better than using a 2x4 because he's got more power and more breadth in there and the strength than a 2x4 has. He's a tough individual, and to knock two men down at the same time with a driving force of his legs and the arms, that's amazing.
Well, the Road Warriors, one of the most famous tag teams in wrestling history, and for years they have demolished opponents from coast to coast and around the world. They have that intimidating factor. They paint their faces. They're powerful individuals. They get inside the ring, and they have a mean streak in them. But, of course, fans respect their toughness. But the Powers of Pain is one of the first time that wrestling fans have seen two big, strong, tough individuals who paint up, and they work on that intimidating factor as well. And it's one of those contests that fans look forward to, Paul, from coast to coast, when you have two teams so much alike, and you don't know which one is going to be the better team that night. And the Road Warriors have proven for years that they're the top-notch team, and right now sitting up in a reverse neck breaker by Animal.
Yes, an Animal came through with a hold that time that could stop this man, but you've got to watch out for these tricks that he's doing now, because he just came up there with a reverse kick that he probably shouldn't have used. But in using it, it shows the idea that is behind both of these men, that they want to annihilate the Powers of Pain, making the Powers painless.
Well, the people here, the fans here at the Coliseum, they came to see the Road Warriors, one of many matches here tonight at the Coliseum. A tremendous night. We want to thank all the wrestling fans who came out and showed their support. NWA, the tradition is back in the Sam Houston Coliseum, and the tradition will continue with one of the biggest cards, if not the biggest event in Houston wrestling history. The American Bash is coming to Houston, Texas. That's correct. The American Bash is coming to Houston, Texas on Friday, July 29th. We'll have more ticket information later on the show, but up in the ring right now, you can see as Hawk was slammed to the mat, he came right back, as he is not about to let that psychological edge go over to the Powers of Pain.
Well, when you say the Bash is coming, you should say Boesch is back and the Bash is coming. But right now, it's the action that we've got that is important, and this is tremendous as he takes that body lock and turns him over and gets the slam out of it with all of the weight that he possesses, and his arm and his fist are underneath the body as it falls, and that means there's nothing even about the fall, that it's going to be like falling on a log or something that can really crush your back.
The Hawk came flying across with that flying clothesline. He's on top, and that time Barbarian missed. And you're not going to see very many wrestling holds when these four men tangled and when they battle inside the ropes. All four individuals can bench press over 600 pounds. And when you have that much power and you know how to use it, you're not going to see very many wrestling holds at all.
That's right. And the amazing number of people in the wrestling game today who have the strength to bench press 400 and 500 and 600 pounds indicates the trend that the wrestlers are setting in producing power up there. It's not just the powers of pain. It's the power of wrestlers who are able to use that strength effectively. And the bodybuilding and the strength go together.
I'd like to point out at this time that the Road Warriors have signed. They will be part of that American Bash coming to Houston, Texas. The Powers of Pain have signed. They will be part of that American Bash. The biggest card in Houston wrestling history coming Friday, July 29th. As we're here at the Coliseum right now, Fox 26 cameras catching all the action right at this 5-minute mark. And you see that quick jab by the Barbarian, and he comes across a vicious kick and sends Hawk tumbling outside the ring.
He smacked him right square in the kisser, as we used to say in Brooklyn, and he hit him and hit him hard. Now this, you saw the effect of it, but you can't imagine what that does to a man's willingness to get back in that ring and fight. You wish maybe his partner could go and do it, but you have to have one man in the ring touching the man on the outside in order to make it legal. Yes, there are rules that govern this, and there are rules that should be observed every time, and that's one of them, because it's a protective rule. And oh, Pete, that was
tough power
to take.
slam that time. Of course, everything you see taking place from the Powers of Pain has that power incorporated in there, and that's one of the unique aspects of a battle of this magnitude, because just one split second, one vicious kick with the powerful legs or one vicious right or left with those powerful arms, and we could have a match. It does not going to be a lot of strategy and wrestling and counter moves. It's just going to be power against power.
Power against power up there right now. And you notice the way he was holding him there so that he could get his partner a free kick right into the middle. And the Power of Pain, as he moves after him, comes in there with a backbreaker across the knee and an effective hold. But you got a man who has spent hours and hours training those muscles of his back to stand up straight. It alleviates some of the pain that comes with the effectiveness of a backbreaker.
Well, the Road Warriors come into this match with a worldwide reputation, as they have proven themselves coast to coast, country to country. Wherever they have battled against opposition, they have come out victorious. But also keep in mind the great ability of the Powers of Pain. It's Jim Ross, the ringside announcer, pointed out introducing the Powers of Pain. They are 2/3 of the 6-man World Tag Team title holders, Ivan Koloff being the 3rd member, and you're not able to gain a title of that respect worldwide unless you do have that tag team ability. And right now, you can see they don't hesitate using chairs, boards, whatever it takes. They're out to win.
And also the barrier around the ring. It's hard to say that anybody's back could stand being bent across an immovable object like the barrier is, and then have the weight on top pressing down on him in order to bend that back in the manner it was never intended to be bent. And there's the bear hug, and bear hug is the best name to call it. The Power of Pain with a hold that can squeeze an ordinary individual so that he can't possibly breathe and make it easier to handle. Whether he can squeeze the Road Warrior, either one of them, with that hold and make it absolutely effective remains to be seen. But just watch the Warrior. He's looking for a weak spot. He swings around there with that arm of his, but he didn't accomplish what he meant to accomplish, and there's a change of action in the ring.
Hawk's in trouble, and you can spell that with capital letters as the Warlord tags Barbarian, and you can see the strategy unfold before you as they're working on the back of Hawk. They injured the back. He tumbled outside the ring, and right away they went right to that soft spot, that lower back, and it's hard to develop powerful muscles in that lower back.
Yes, but looks to me like they've achieved the impossible of having plenty of muscle every place. Again, I go back to what I said in the beginning. I have never seen 4 more dangerous, 4 more powerful, or 4 more awesome-looking individuals than these 4 in a tag match. It's a dream match if you were trying to pick out opponents who could stop either team, no matter which side you're on.
The Barbarian slaps that bear hug on again, and look at those huge arms as he's putting the squeeze to Hawk. He's got that lower back that's been worked on by his tag team partner, and he's following it up with and the powerful squeeze that can come from that upper body. You know that Hawk is reaching deep down inside. He knows that he's got a partner outside, an Animal that can come in and take care of business if he can get over and make the tag.
Yes, if he can get over and make the tag. That, of course, is the answer to the question. It's time for Hawk to get out of there and to get a fresh man in, but can he? The crotch hold, the lift, the slam, and here he is going to try to land all of that massive body of his where it would do some good. It didn't. It didn't. He rolled out of there just in time, and he is still far away from the corner where he can touch his partner. He needs to touch him, but sometimes pride delays a man from doing the thing that he should do. He doesn't want to make it look as though he had to be saved by his partner.
Well, Animal comes
here
into the
he
ring.
comes. Animal is coming in right now. And the touch was made. There's that body slam, the Oklahoma Stampede, as these fellows don't call it that. But if they call it a crushing hold, you can bet your boots on that. And crush it does.
10 minutes have gone by in this match, and you see the Barbarian now climbing up top of the ropes. He likes to get that extra leverage from up high, and again he misses as he's trying his best to get that final blow, that final move that's going to stop the Road Warriors. And that clothesline by Hawk caught him, and the stunned Barbarian is down for the count, and the Road Warriors pick up a big victory over the Powers of Pain. So the Road Warriors, Animal and Hawk, victorious in this match, and the Warlord comes in and attacks Hawk from behind. He attacked Animal from behind. The match is over. The Road Warriors are the winners, but I think the Powers of Pain have something to prove inside that ring.
Well, they surely are putting the emphasis on what they wanted to do, and they didn't complete doing. But a chair in the hands of one of these men is a violent weapon, and you see him coming over here concerned about his partner. Paul Ellerling down there to watch, and they try to help him up to his feet. And when you've got to help a man like that, you know it took a powerhouse to get him in that condition.
Well, there you have it. The winners of the match, the famous Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal. We'll be back with more wrestling action in just one moment.